Hey guys, welcome to our pre-recorded Body Electric webinar to round out January of 2017. My name is Jenny Swisher. I'm the founder of Body Electric. Thank you guys for being so flexible today in particular and allowing me to do this pre-recorded. We have a corporate representative coming to Indianapolis tomorrow, Doug Moss. And he's going to be talking to several coaches about what it means to be elite and premier and how to really shoot for that in 2017. So I'm going to be going with a couple coaches here from our team. We're going to be taking notes and listening to him tomorrow evening. And so it just was going to be too time crunched to try to fit in a live webinar on Wednesday night. So I appreciate your flexibility and letting me do this pre-recorded. It just makes things a lot easier, at least for this week. So I want to dive right in. I don't want to take a lot of your time. I'm hoping that you take the time to listen to this. Obviously you are, if you've heard me say that already. So what I want to do is just tell you, of course, that our weekly announcements have pretty much everything you need to know in them. So if you haven't checked them out yet for this week, they were posted on the team page, or you can access them on our Body Electric website. You'll see a lot of really cool stuff there. A couple things that are not mentioned yet because it's not yet February. You'll see them this weekend when I release the weekly announcements. Number one is we do have a summit group on Facebook for people who are planning from Body Electric to attend Summit in New Orleans this summer. If you're planning on attending, which I hope you are if you're working this business, then you're going to want to be a part of that group. So reach out to your upline to be added. I think all diamonds on the team are part of this group. So reach out to your upline to be added to that, or you can ask me if you'd like, so I can get you added. The second thing is that the month of February is Team Cup, which is actually what I want to focus this call on. I had originally planned on talking to you guys about one-on-one mentoring coaches, but I feel like actually we should probably talk about how to properly lead a Team Cup team, which has a lot to do with mentorship, right? And has a lot to do with just participating in Team Cup, has a lot to do with how to help other coaches. So that's what I want to talk about today. And then if we want to elaborate and do more specific discussion later about one-on-one mentoring, then we can do that in a different webinar. But for today, I want to make sure that we put the focus on Team Cup because it's epic, you guys. Like the month of February is always so fun. We're still at the start of the year. People are excited about fitness and health. It's a little competition that Beachbody puts together, for basically small teams of 5 coaches to just kind of compete amongst the company. I think there's like 30,000 teams registered, just to kind of shoot for Success Club, shoot for 3 Lives Club, have fun and help more people. It's really a great way to do that. So what I want to say about the announcement piece of this is that we are going to have a lot of awesome opportunities in the month of February to really help you explode Team Cup. We have a lot of really cool guest speakers talking on our team calls, and we're also going to be hosting a live sneak peek, I guess you could say, or live business opportunity webinar. We haven't done that in a really long time. So I want to bring it back, and I thought we could bring it back during Team Cup month because there's no better time, right? So that's going to be in February as well. So be aware and make sure that you take a look at the calendar that's going to be included in the weekly announcements for this weekend in February so that you can see all the different things that you have coming up to help you explode your Team Cup. So if you're not, this is the reason I'm recording this today is because today is officially, Tuesday is officially the last day for you to register for Team Cup. So if you haven't already, you got to do it, you guys. Don't be afraid. Don't feel like you're going to let your team down. Don't feel like right? Like just do it. Just get signed up. I think I led a total of 12 Team Cup teams before I had a Team Cup team that really did super well, right? So with experience comes great wisdom. So it could be that your team just has a blast this month and helps each other stay accountable in their business, or it could be that you end up in the top 10 of the company. You never know, right? You have no idea unless you get registered and unless you sign up and go all in. So if you haven't already, you've got to do it today. January 31st is the last day for you to do this. We officially launched Team Cup February 1st through the 28th of this month. Okay, so here are my tips for you, and this is kind of what I want to go over because I know we have a lot of newer coaches who are participating in Team Cup. They don't really know what to expect, and so I want to make sure that we set the expectations and set the benchmarks for you for the month of February. That's what I want to do in this particular call. So no, I have no PowerPoint for you. I'm hoping that this is simple enough that you can take some quick and easy notes. The first thing that I want to share with you is just because you're the leader of, you're technically the leader of the Team Cup team that you registered, doesn't necessarily mean that everything falls on you. It doesn't mean that it's up to you to coordinate everything, okay? But it might require you to start that conversation and to send a message to your Team Cup people and say, hey guys, when are you available to, do a Zoom call or to chat here on Facebook Messenger? Maybe we can just chat live. I think they now have a video feature there on Facebook Messenger, or even send some voice messages back and forth, because you want to make sure that heading into the month of February, you guys are ready to rock and roll. You want to maximize every minute that February has to offer. So I would be having those conversations today or tomorrow. You want to get the ball rolling as quickly as possible. So if you're not the official leader, that's okay. We're all leaders in this business. And that means that you're still a leader, right? Like all 5 of you are equal. All 5 of you are competing and really pushing each other. The way I look at this is Team Cup is really just an accountability group for your business. So these are 4 other coaches that have been lumped with you, or that you've chosen to be a part of your Team Cup team. Really all that means is that you guys are setting goals individually and as a group in order to really help each other stay accountable and push, right? You guys know how in a challenge group, that's why challenge groups work. Because when other people are counting on you to show up and other people are counting on you to press play and drink your shake and see results, that's going to benefit the whole group. That's going to help everybody stay on track. That's the same idea with Team Cup. That's the way I look at it. I don't look at it as any sort of like high pressure situation. I look at it as a blast. It's extremely fun if you let it be. And it can be a great way to help you achieve your goals. So let's talk about what those goals might be and what you need to be talking about as a group. The first thing that you should be talking about as a group is, okay, what are each of your individual goals for this month? So you need everybody in the group to identify what their goals are. So goals are different from action steps, right? So we want to do both. We want to establish what the goals are, and then of course the actions that each individual is going to take in order to try to achieve those goals. So goals are really out of our reach, right? Like I know it sounds ridiculous to say, but it's true. Like I can tell you that I want to be an elite coach, but just because I want to be an elite coach and just because that's my goal for the year doesn't mean it's going to happen. So that's where the action steps can come in, because if I know that if I'm doing the action steps that align with that elite activity, I'm probably going to be an elite coach, right? And that's exactly the point I want to drive home with you. So you guys each individual on your team needs at least 2 to 3 goals to shoot for in the month of February. One of those goals, and the most important goal, is a 3 Lives Club. Okay, so that is goal number 1. So if you have somebody on your team say, my goal this month is to just help 1 person, right? Convince them that they really need to help 2 in order to hit that Success Club mark, right? That's really going to help you guys as a team. It could qualify you for tier prizes. It's going to benefit them and their business as well. It's going to increase their commission, increase their reach, increase the difference that they're making. So everybody on the team, everybody on the Body Electric team, and your individual Team Cup teams should be shooting for Success Club, which right now is either 2 people with a BOD challenge pack or 3 people if you end up selling like a physical DVD combo pack, right? So hopefully that makes sense. The other 1 or 2 goals for each individual is unique to them. Maybe it's something as simple as this month I'm going to commit to reading this book, right? Like I'm committing to reading XYZ book. Or maybe it's I'm going to also, this month I'm going to start the blog that I've been wanting to start. Or this month I'm going to create my MailChimp newsletter list that I've been wanting to do. There's got to be a couple other things tied in there, right? Like that's my recommendation to you, because if there's something that you've been wanting to do that hasn't happened yet, there's no better time to approach that than now, because now you're going to have a team of people saying, hey, did you get that newsletter list created yet? Or have you sent that email blast out yet? So that's your first step, is to each individual decide what their goals are for the month of Team Cup. And then from there, break that down into action steps. What's going to allow you to hit Success Club, right? What are the actions that are involved? You have to be able to invite people. You have to be able to send private messages and maybe craft some creative Facebook posts, right? Like there's some actions tied to each individual goal. That's what you need to identify as well in your group. So in other words, I'm going to have 3 conversations per day. I'm going to send at least 2 invitations per day, and I'm going to make 1 Facebook post every single day about my next challenge group. Those are 3, that's an example of 3 different action steps tied to the Success Club goal, okay? So we have goals and we have actions. The other thing that I like to do is February is a nice 28-day month. So it's a nice 4-week month, right? So why not have weekly goals that your Team Cup team is shooting for? So in other words, you know, hey guys, let's shoot for Success Club by the 5th or Success Club by the 10th. So that then once we all do that, then we can shoot to maybe double that in the next week. So some of you guys who've been veterans on our team know that we had an 8th place finishing Team Cup team a couple years ago. And I really truly believe that it was because we focused on the individual small, tiny steps through the month of February that we were able to be so successful. I think the average, I think we totaled over 210 lives changed amongst 5 people in the month of February, which is pretty crazy. But it didn't start with, hey guys, let's change 210 lives this month. It started with, let's just help 3 people each. And we all did that by like the 10th of the month. So then we upped our game and we said, how many more people can we help next week? So set weekly goals and then try to stay accountable to them. If you are the leader of the group, or if you are the initiator of the people that you're leading, then say, okay guys, every Friday we're gonna check in and I'm gonna see how you're doing on these goals. I'm gonna make sure that we hit Success Club by X date, okay? Number 3 is decide what method of communication you prefer. So some people might just like to send like an email string, right? And to maybe email each other every day or every week with their check-ins, like what they've been doing and their action steps. Other people might like to meet through Zoom. I know that that's something that I like just because I can see you and we can have conversations. But you know, depending on your schedules, it might not work. I know now we have the video feature and the voice message feature in Facebook too. So set a time. Maybe it's like Tuesday evening at 9 or Wednesday before the team call, right? Where you guys check in to that Facebook thread or whatever it is you decide and where you can chat. Because if you don't have any sort of thing established there, then nobody's going to be reaching out and communicating, and it's just going to be like a dead, quiet, boring Team Cup, right? And you don't want that. So last but not least, it is, my final point is it needs to be fun. This has to be fun, and you can't think of it as, oh my gosh, like I'm going to totally fail my team, or I just don't have enough time to dedicate to this. You do have enough time to dedicate to this. I assure you that you can reach out and invite people, and you can make a Facebook post, and you can get out of your comfort zone by starting that email list. Whatever those things are, you can do it. And there's no better time to do it than right now when you have a bunch of people that have your back. Okay? So I think that's all I have for you guys. I wanted to make sure that we talked about how this Team Cup should look. And I think too many teams, there are 30,000 teams registered in the network. I think probably over 25,000 of that 30,000 are just going to just assume that things are going to fall into place, or they're just thinking about themselves and what they're going to do, and they're not thinking about it as a team or group effort. And that's why I wanted to talk about this with you guys now, because first of all, you got to get registered. Today is the deadline. And then tomorrow starts this 28-day journey where you can really show yourself what's possible in the business, where you can really buckle down, focus on those goals, achieve those action steps every day, check, 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 right? By doing that, you're going to show yourself and your team what you're capable of. And I think that's really cool. So have fun with Team Cup. Know that, you know, you're not necessarily in charge of your people, and there doesn't have to be any sort of like hierarchy. It's just all about the 5 of you setting a time that you're going to convene each week, deciding how you're going to stay accountable, what your goals and action steps are, and then just really following through on it. Don't just have the initial call, and then when you get the first report, this happens so often, you get the first report, the leader gets the report on Fridays, I think. And so I've had this happen before where the leader gets the report on Friday and nobody has any points on the board. And so they're just like, well, maybe next time, right? And then nothing happens and nobody talks again. We don't want that. We want to make sure that we're helping each other through the whole process. Think of this like a challenge group for your business and blow it up. Okay, that's all I have for you guys today. Like I said, this is going to be a great experience for you, especially if you're a newer coach. This is going to teach you about how it feels to mentor someone in the business, because it's very similar. Mentoring someone in the business is not about necessarily having that hierarchy or telling them what to do. It's more about helping them stay accountable to their goals, making them verbalize what those action steps are, and then offering your feedback, your constructive criticism, bringing fun into the elements, right? That is what it's about. So let's do this first. Let's tackle Team Cup Month. Let's make it rock and roll. And then if we need to discuss further about how what it means to really lead your team and mentor your team, then we can do that. So really quickly, I know I posted this in the team page today, but I'm going to pull it up again. Okay, maybe. If you missed the National Wake Up Call yesterday, you might have missed Carl Deichler hopping on spontaneously and talking to everyone about Team Cup. And he shared some statistics, which I remember hearing at Summit last year, which I wanted to share from you. And this is why, I mean, I can speak to this from personal experience. I mean, 2 years ago, our Team Cup team, like I said, we finished 8th in the company. And that was after I had led 12 Team Cup teams that had bombed, right? That had not necessarily performed well. We had fun and we learned a lot. And I learned a lot about leadership by doing it, which was the point, right? Nobody does Team Cup the first time and finishes first place. I don't think. I don't know of anybody that has. So, so that's the fun in this, and that's the joy in this, is kind of, you know, appreciating the journey, getting to know other coaches. But before I ramble, sorry, here's what he has to say. Here are the statistics that I think are really cool. New coaches who did participate in Team Cup had 3 times more personal volume than coaches who did not. That's a pretty big deal, especially because, as we know, volume equals income. New coaches who participated in Team Cup were on average achieved 2.4 more Success Club points and were 14 times more likely to rank advance. They earned 15 times more money, 22 times more likely to qualify for Success Club, and 13 times more likely to enroll a coach. So that to me sounds like, hey, guess what? You might not get the trophy, or you might, but you might advance your business, which is the point. That is the point of the whole thing. So get registered, get on a team. If you're not on one, you can reach out to me or you can comment on my post in the team page. Otherwise, I hope you're ready to rock and roll in the month of February, because I know I am. We have a lot of stuff coming up. We have our virtual surge. We have guest speakers coming on team calls. We've got live events. We've got Trina Gray coming to Indianapolis on February 15th. All kinds of goody stuff, and I'm super excited for it. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, thank you guys again for your flexibility, and I will talk to you guys next week. Thanks.